Am I audible to everybody? Good evening. I am Dr. R.S. Ramaswamy, former Director General, Central Council for Research in Siddha, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. My topic today is salient features of Siddha medicine. Siddha system of medicine is one of the very ancient Indian systems of medicine, originated about 5,000 years ago. Presently, it is one of the Ayush systems of medicine. According to tradition, a line of 18 Siddhas were the main contributors of the Siddha system of medicine. Siddha Agastya is the father of Siddha medicine, and a number of other Siddhas, nearly more than 50 Siddhas contributed their important share in the growth of Siddha system of medicine. Let me name some of the important Siddhas whose contribution for Siddha system were very significant. Agastya, the father of Siddha medicine, Pulatiyar, Bogar, Pulipani, Therayar, Karvura, Konganar, Yugi, Tirumular, Sivabhakyar are some of the important Siddhas who contributed much to the development of Siddha system of medicine. Highly evolved consciousness, keen intellect, and intuition of Siddhas derived from their yogic powers made them explore the world around them, and their knowledge or their findings on the characteristics of plants, minerals, and the substance of animal origin, and their knowledge on the properties of drugs, that is herbs, minerals, and substance of animal origin, their properties, their purification, the processing, then their dosage, toxicity, antidote, and their clinical application. Everything was handed down to the posterity, and they shared their knowledge in the form of verses, initially by oral tradition, then by copper inscriptions, and then it was transmitted to the posterities by way of transcripts on palm leaf manuscripts, and now in the form of printed books. Siddha medicine falls under four major divisions, that is Vadam, Vaidyam, Yogam, Jnanam. Vada means chemistry or alchemy or iotrochemistry, whatever it may be. Then Vaidya means treatment. Yogam, yogic practices. Jnanam is universal wisdom. The term Siddha is derived from the word Siddhi, which means achievement. Siddhi also means eternal bliss, heavenly bliss. Siddhi also means achievement. There are four major divisions of Siddha medicine, I've already told you, and there are two major classifications of Siddha medicine, that is internal medicines, 32 types, and external medicine, 32 types. Internal medicines are given orally, and some of their pharmaceutical forms, or dosage forms, I can mention. Decoction, that is Kudineer. Recently you must have heard about two important decoctions, Siddha decoctions, that is Nilavembu Kudineer, Nilavembu decoction, and Kabachura Kudineer, Kabachura decoction. Both Nilavembu decoction became very popular during the outbreak of dengue fever. And now Kabajara Kunini has become very popular in the control of, in enhancing immunity against COVID-19 infection. This is decoction. Then Churanam, that is powder. Then Ilagam, that is electuary. Then Rasayanam, dry confection. Then Manapav, that is syrup. These are some of the dosage forms of internal medicine. There are external medications and therapeutic procedures. They are Ottanam, that is fermentation. Pottanam, medicated pouches, application of medicated pouches. Then Vedu, steam inhalation or exposure to steam. Then Tokanam, that is physical manipulation therapy. Then Varmam, pressure manipulation therapy. These are some of the external procedures, treatment procedures. Siddhar Tirumular defines Siddha medicine nicely. One that treats physical ailment is medicine. One that cures psychological disease is a medicine. One that prevents ailment is medicine. One that bestows immortality is medicine. This is what Tirumular's description. Tirumular described about Siddha medicine. Some of the legendary contributors of late are T.V. Sambasivam Pillai, Dr. C.S. Uttamarayan, Dr. Pon Kurusuronmani, Dr. Ananda Kumar, then Dr. P.M. Venugopal, Dr. M.V. Ramanan. These are legends of Siddha medicine. The recent 2 centuries, they contributed many things. Most of the textbooks now available with the student community, they are the authors. So I must acknowledge their contribution to Siddha system of medicine. Siddha system is based on 96 basic principles or tools. Among the 96 basic principles, the 5-element theory or the Panchabhutik theory is very important. That is earth, water, fire, air and space. 5 elements. You must have heard about 3 dosha theory. There are 3 vital life factors, that is Vali, Adal, Ayyam, or otherwise called as Vatam, Pittam, Kabam. These 3 vital life factors, in healthy condition, they will be in equilibrium. When their equilibrium is disturbed, disease results. So when disease results, they are called as dosha, that is kutram. In Tamil it is called as kutram. Dosha, dosham. The aim of Siddha treatment is to bring the doshas to the original equilibrium, normal equilibrium, and thereby cure the disease. There are 6 basic tastes. Arusuvai, that is Arusuvai, sweet, salt, sour, astringent, pungent, and bitter taste. There is some relationship among the 5-element theory, 3 dosha and the 6 tastes. Each taste is produced by the combination of 2 elements among the 5 basic elements. For example, the sweet taste is produced by earth and water. The pungent taste is produced by air and fire. The astringent taste is produced by earth and air. Likewise, bitter taste is produced by the combination of air and space. The 3 doshas, Vatam, Pitta, Kapam, they have got close relations with the taste and the 5 elements. Vadam is constituted by air and space. Pittam is constituted by fire. And Kapam is constituted by earth and water. So the treatment principle in Siddha system includes consideration to 6 tastes also. So increase of any taste will increase any one of the doshas depending upon the combination. When coming to the unique preparations of Siddha, that is unique the higher order medicines, they are unique to Siddha system alone. They are Kattu, that is consolidation, Kalangu, amalgam, Uruku, solidification, and Chunna. There are some unique therapies in Siddha system. It's Varmam, Tokanam and Kaya Kalpam, including yoga. Varma means pressure manipulation therapy. There are specific points all over the body where the pranic energy remains concentrated. Stimulation of certain groups of points produces therapeutic effects. The major therapeutic effects are analgesic effect, anesthetic effect, and energizing effect. Tokanam is physical manipulation therapy. There are 9 types of physical manipulation. That is tapping, pulling, twisting, punching, then twisting. Likewise, there are 9 types of physical manipulation. These Varmam and Tokanam are applied in the treatment of Vada diseases, as neuromuscular and skeletal disorders and joint disorders. Kaya Kalpam is the rejuvenation therapy. Kaya Kalpa means, Kaya means body, Kalpa means elixir. Medicines are techniques which not only cure diseases but also prevent the signs of aging. That is formation of wrinkling, then graying of hair, then onset of diseases. These are all, and death, they are all postponed. The Kaya Kalpam techniques or medicine, they rejuvenate the cells to preserve our youth. Kaya Kalpam falls under 3 divisions mainly. That is Mooligai Kaya Kalpam, that is herbs. Then Tadu Karpam, that is minerals and metals. Then Jiva Karpam, origin is animal, that is, for example, cow's milk. There are 2 major types of Kaya Karpam, that is Podu Karpam, that is general elixir, then Syrup Karpam, that is special elixir. General elixir is preventive in nature, and special elixir are curative or rehabilitative or promotive in nature. Yogam comes under Kaya Kalpam. Siddhar Tirumoolar describes nicely about the yogic practices. In a verse, he describes Attanga Yogam, Iyamam, Niyamam, Asanam, Pranayamam, Pratyagaram, Dharanai, Dhyanam, and Samadhi. Iyama Niyamame, Yenila Adanam, Nayamuru, Pranayamam, Pratyagaram, Sayamigu, Dharanai, Dhyanam, Samadhi, Ayamigu, Attanga Yogamame. This is how Tirumoolar describes the 8 steps of yoga. There is a description about Raja Yogam, that is raising of the serpent power, Gundali Shakti, from the Mooladharam to Agni. Yoga is a part of Siddha medicine. Siddha Tirumoolar is the authority. And yoga therapy forms a part of Siddha treatment in almost all the body systems. Yoga is both preventive and curative. Asanams, pranayamam, and meditation. These are all the commonly applicable yoga practices for prevention and curing of diseases. When coming to pranayamam, Siddha Tirumoolar described the benefits of pranayamam in a verse. ஏற்றி இறக்கி இருகாலும் பூரிக்கும் காட்டை பிடிக்கும் கணக்கறிவாளர் இல்லை காட்டை பிடிக்கும் கணக்கறிவாளருக்கு கூற்றை உதைக்கும் குறியதுவாமே. It means we inspire and expire, inspiration and expiration with different timings, and by changing the kalai, idakalai, pinkalai, should be like that. And we inhale through nostrils and exhale through nostrils, and inhale through nostrils and exhale through mouth, inhale and exhale through mouth. Likewise, different techniques are there in pranayama. So by applying all these techniques, our immunity is enhanced, our memory power is increased, and our energy is increased, especially our biomagnetic energy is increased. So by increasing our biomagnetic energy, we can postpone the signs of aging and we can preserve our youth. Pranayama is especially beneficial in the treatment of the supportive treatment of neurological diseases. So then meditation, it relieves stress. A number of asanams have been described by Siddhar Tirumular. Sarvanga Asanam, Meena Asanam, that is Macha Asanam, Kalapaya Asanam, Palm pose, that is serpent pose, then topsy-turvy pose, then bow pose. Likewise, a number of asanas have been described by Siddhar Tirumular. So yoga forms a part of Siddha medicine. There are important aspects of yoga therapy now applied by Siddha physicians in their day-to-day practice. When coming to Siddha education, before 1964, the Siddha was handled by traditional practitioners. Only in 1964, the first institution was started for Siddha medicine. In Palayam Kottai, southern part of Tamil Nadu, the first Siddha Medical College. The first undergraduate course was run by, that's the government of Tamil Nadu College. Undergraduate course was run by the government, Tamil Nadu government. Then 1972, postgraduate courses in 2 branches were started in that same college. In 1985, one more government Siddha Medical College was started. So there were 2 Siddha Medical Colleges run by government of Tamil Nadu. From 2000 onwards, a number of private Siddha Medical Colleges were started. At present, there are 13 Siddha Medical Colleges. 3 of them are government-run colleges. One is National Institute of Siddha, run by Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. 2 are state government, Tamil Nadu government college, run colleges. 10 are private Siddha Medical Colleges. Among the 10, 9 are in Tamil Nadu, 1 college is in Trivandrum, that is in Kerala. There are 8 branches at present in PG courses, that is MD Siddha courses. PhD program also is going on. It is conducted by the Tamil Nadu Dr. M.G.R. Medical University, to which all the Siddha medical colleges are affiliated. When coming to practice, Siddha is widely practiced in southern part of India, especially Tamil Nadu, then Pondicherry, Puducherry, then Kerala. Now it has propagated to Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and New Delhi also. Other than India, Sri Lanka has 2 Siddha medical colleges and a number of Siddha practitioners are practicing Siddha medicine in Sri Lanka. Siddha medicine is also practiced in Malaysia, Singapore, Mauritius and some of the Southeast Asian countries. So education has grown to a considerable extent. Regarding research, Siddha research, in the year 2010, a separate research council was formed by the Government of India for Siddha system of medicine. Before 2010, Siddha was functioning along with Ayurveda, that is Central Council for Research in Ayurveda and Siddha. In the year 2010, Central Council for Research in Siddha was separately formed. From then onwards, more focused attention has been being given to Siddha system of medicine in education, research and Siddha practice. As far as CCRS, that is Central Council for Research in Siddha is concerned, its headquarters is located in Chennai and it has branches all over India. The research activities carried out by the Central Council for Research in Siddha is drug research, research on fundamental principles of Siddha, then medicinal plants research, literary research and documentation, drug research and clinical research. These are the research activities carried out by the Central Council for Research in Siddha and their peripheral institutes. A great number of research publications are there in Siddha medicine. You can find out those publications in the Ayush portal, research portal. And coming to Siddha practice, there are so many industries, pharmaceutical industries, now manufacturing and Siddha medicines. Two major manufacturers are in Tamil Nadu. One is TAMCOL. It is done by Government of Tamil Nadu. The other one is IMCOPS, Indian Medical Practitioners Cooperative Pharmacy and Stores. It is a cooperative society, cooperative industry. It is also government undertaking. And a number of private manufacturers are now there in Tamil Nadu and neighboring states. They manufacture Siddha medicines in great numbers. There are a number of certified Siddha manufacturers. They have got good manufacturing practice certificates. Siddha medicines are available all over Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and even in Delhi. In Delhi, there are three important centers. One is functioning, there's clinical research unit functioning in Safdarjung Hospital. The other one is functioning in the All India Institute of Ayurveda, the OPD. The third one is functioning in the government estate, that is Rashtrapati Bhavan. In Puducherry, a number of Siddha practitioners are practicing Siddha medicine under National Rural Health Mission. Great number of Siddha practitioners, the Siddha doctors are working in the Siddha field. And now the Siddha medicine has become popular the world over. When a separate ministry was formed for the Ayush system, that is Ministry of Ayush, more focused attention is given to all the 5 Ayush systems. That is Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. In other northern states, whenever the Arogya Health Mela is organized by the Ministry of Ayush, all the 5 Ayush systems are propagated and they run clinical OPD, and the people in those areas, they come to know about Siddha medicine. Those people, they have a liking to have their own Siddha medical college or Siddha branches in their own state. So much is the interest shown by people of North India. The Ministry of Ayush is taking steps to propagate Siddha system to other northern states of India. So, as far as Siddha system is concerned, now it has grown to a very great extent in practice, education and research. Important research activities in Siddha system is focused on cancer, non-communicable diseases like diabetes mellitus, hypertension, then arthritis, then respiratory diseases. Even for COVID-19, a number of formulations have been submitted to the Ministry of Ayush for considering them for putting under research. A great number of research scholars are coming out of Siddha institutions, especially postgraduate Siddha institutions in Tamil Nadu. Siddha is very well known for its unique therapeutic approach and unique therapeutic approach in diagnosis. There are 8 types of examinations on Siddha diagnosis. That is Nadi, pulse examination, Sparisam, palpation and percussion, Na, examination of tongue, Niram, examination of complexion, Mudi, that is examination of voice, Vili, examination of eyes, and Balam, that is examination of stools, and Mutiram, examination of urine. The examination of urine forms a unique way of examination. One, that is oil on urine sign. It's a very important examination of urine in prognosis and diagnosis of many diseases. We collect the urine of a patient in a glass bowl, place the collected urine in the glass bowl under a white background, and we take a drop of gingerly oil in a broomstick. Then we allow a single drop of gingerly oil to fall on the surface of the urine of the patient. And we have to observe the mode of spreading of the oil over the surface of the urine. So depending upon the mode of spreading, the diagnosis or prognosis is made. The oil drop, if it spreads like a snake, it denotes Vata disease. If it spreads like a ring, if it assumes a ring shape, it denotes a Pitta disease. If it assumes the shape of a pearl, it denotes Kapha diseases. When you allow a drop to fall on the surface, if it spreads like a lightning, very fast, it indicates incurable nature of the disease. Likewise, a number of observations have been made and documented when, as far as this unique urine examination is concerned. Now, Siddha system has assumed a greater importance, not only in southern parts of India, but also in northern parts of India also. The people of North India, especially Delhi, UP, Uttarakhand, they all come to know about how they all got so much information about our Siddha system of medicine. They are all insisting on getting a Siddha hospital in their own states. I hope the present Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, will take steps to propagate Siddha system of medicine to other parts of India. Plans are on the anvil to start Ayush hospitals in many states. Ayush hospital means all the 5 Ayush systems under one roof. When such a scheme is implemented, there is every chance for the Siddha system to spread all over India. So these are all some of the salient features of Siddha system of medicine, which I have shared with you. And with this, I conclude my speech and thank every one of you for your patient hearing. Thank you very much.